break into the camp, to risk their lives to bring for him the water. So that spirit that was in David encouraged the servants to serve him with full heart. So thank you so much for sharing. Now I want to welcome Madam Haga, who is going to give us a word, and then we are going to give you a way forward. Then we shall just end the meeting. So welcome, Haga.
Good afternoon, or it's
Good
evening.
afternoon.
I thank God for all of us. I didn't expect you guys to go to that chapter, Second Samuel, chapter 23, verse 18, from verse 8, and I've been amazed the way each one of you have gone through it, and you have got your own lessons from your own perspectives. And I just bless the Lord for that. Um, Majorly, why I went for that chapter or that part of Second Samuel was after we met the other week and we discussed and came up with various topics that we'd want us to go through together as a family. I felt like we would start from somewhere, and that is talking about fear. Most of the times, we get ourselves into things like what we mentioned last time, like things like depression, drugs, uh, stress, mental health issues, because we fear and we run to things that we think would give us solutions. But the fact is, they cannot really give us solutions. So, from the point of your contributions about Second Samuel 23:8, most of you have looked at it from the point of leadership. And I think I should start from there. David was the leader, and he had his 30 mighty men, the fighters that he had. Among these 30, we are being told, we are being informed about the three. After those three, we see some other two that are coming out to be even stronger than the three. And these three were also, it has been written down that they did some mighty things that give them honor that the others could not attain. So if we look at leadership, I would start by saying that each one of us is a leader, because leadership starts with your own self. You lead yourself first before you lead others. The way you carry out yourself will lead others. The way you talk to people or your speech will lead others. If we read the book of Timothy, there is a place that Paul was telling Timothy that let no one despise your youth. And in that verse, he is telling Timothy that he needs to carry out himself, or he needs to earn respect through his speech, love, purity, faith, uh, so that those who are following him could see that he's not just a young man, but he's a young man who is wise, he's a young man who has the word, he's a young man who knows himself very well. So we lead first by leading ourselves. So we are those leaders. Let's not look at it as David, the man of God, or David, the fighter, and forget about us. We are leading ourselves in the first place. So as we are leading ourselves, comparing ourselves with these mighty men that we are talking about in Second Samuel, one thing that is coming out very clearly is courage. These men were fighters and they fought. The first man, we are being told that He was able to clear many. How many were they? If you read that part, I believe you know. He was able to strike all of them at once. The second one, we are being told that he fought until his hand froze with the sword in it. If we look at the last man, Benaiah, somebody has really talked about that. We are being told that this man, on a snowy day, he was able to follow a lion even up to its pit and was able to kill. I was reading this book called Chase the Lion. Is it Chase the Lion or Chase Your Lion? Like if your dream is not too big, if it's not scaring you, then it is not big enough. Like haiko kubwa ile kukushtua. Kama dream yako haiwezi kukushtua, what you want to do, if it is not scaring you, then it's not big enough. That means that everything that we have to achieve in our lives, somehow, because there are things that we have not achieved, they will be scaring us. And if you're not scared about anything, then really you're not having a future, or you're not really looking up to a better life ahead of you. So life has to have things that are scaring us. Life has to be complicated, but in that, we have to be courageous enough like these fighters without fearing anything. So as students in school, I want us just to remind us that number one, if we read 2 Timothy chapter 1 verse 7, we are being told that for God gave us a spirit, not of fear, but of power and love and self-control. So God gave us a spirit. Everyone has been given a spirit, and this spirit is not a spirit of fear. We are not supposed to be fearing the difficulties that we are passing through. We are not supposed to look at them as mountains that can never be climbed, because even in real life, those mountains that are very tall, or their heights are very high, people have climbed them. So it means that even those things that we feel like we cannot climb, it is very possible that we can climb them, because we've been given a spirit of power, a spirit of love, a spirit of self-control. There are things that are overcoming us because we are not able to control ourselves. But God has given us the spirit of self-control. If we decide that we want to control ourselves in some areas that are affecting us, it is possible, because God is there with us, and He is the one that has given us that spirit. So it means that we need to put that into practice. Another thing that we have given, we've also been given a spirit of love. And if you read 1 John 4 chapter 8, you're being told that there is no fear in love. Those who truly love God, they are not having fear in them. They are courageous. When they are going to their classes, they are very courageous. When they are facing exams, they are very courageous. Even when they are sleeping hungry, they are very courageous, because the love of God is in them, and it is perfecting them every day. So we are not having fear, and no one is supposed to fear. Isaiah 41:10 says, "Fear not, for I am with you. Be not dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you. I will help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand." So every day in our lives, we are walking with God, and God keeps reminding us that He's there with us. He's going to strengthen us. He's going to hold us with His righteous right hand. The hand of the Lord is always with us. When you wake up, you don't know whether you're going to wake up when you go to sleep, but you wake up in the morning. You find yourself reaching noon, then evening, then again you have to sleep and wake up. You travel, but the Lord protects you along the way. Some get themselves in some things, but God always saves you. So He is there, and we need not to fear. If there is something that is troubling us, He is the right person that we need to face with those troubles. When we are feeling that we are depressed, He is telling us that we should take our burdens unto him so that he can give us a lighter burden that we can be able to carry. When we feel like there is no one to talk with, there is a verse that says, come so that we may reason together. You share out what is troubling you. So it means that there is no space for fear in our lives. So even if you are in campus and you have troubles back at home, there is no fear for us. Face your life every day with a lot of courage. Gideon was a young man, and there was trouble. And he was just there. He didn't think like something good could come out of him because his clan was the smallest. But you see, God decides that he's going to use now Gideon to save his people. And he's asking like, how me? But Mungu anamwambia, ni wewe nishakutuma. Like that is the exact word God tells him. Have I not sent you? Stop looking at yourself as if you cannot do it. Stop looking at yourself as if you are the last person that can ever do that, or you are belittling yourself. Always remember that before God, you are that big person. You are his own creation. His love is with you every day, and he is very ready to help you. He told Gideon that be of good courageous. Just take that courage. That little courage that unapatanga, but you fear. You fear taking it up because maybe the voice that it's coming with is very small. It's light than what you expected. I want to challenge you that just encourage that small courage that is coming out of you, and put aside fear. Put aside fear. When you're feeling low, when you're feeling like you want to do something bad because that is the only option, let me tell you, that is not the only option. The only option that we have in all our lives is God. And God who sent you where you are, God who placed you where you are, God who made sure that you exist at this particular time is aware that you exist. He is aware of everything you are passing through. He knows you even from your home, your family. There are so many things that sometimes follow us to campuses. When they are happening at home, but zinakufuata pale campus inakusumbua. They're taking away your peace. Let me tell you, God is still there for you, and it will turn everything in. He will turn everything into a testimony. Dear all, be of good courage. God bless you.
Thank you so much, Ada, for that powerful word.